and they found that I was harassed by disability and threatened with physical violence. The state should have stepped in when I was state's evidence against my ex-attorney. The state has repeatedly failed to help me out, although they've recognized the problem. If you don't have an attorney, and a good one, they will not help you out. So I went to the House and Senate Claims Commission with this information. They didn't want to look at the information that I had. They did not want to look at the x-rays. They did not want to hear the tape recording. They admitted that my ex-attorney was at least very troubled and had troubles in the past, and they still talk about him and or my case to this day. The House and Senate Claims Commission said that this is almost outdated, which I think is wrong. I told the House and Senate Claims Commission they should have warned me about the attorney when the paperwork was filed with the Department of Labor and Industry, that this lawyer had problems in the past, had been fined and or reprimanded or whatever, and I would have retained a different attorney. I didn't know anything about work comp and or lawyers or research or who was good or who was bad. The state warns people about flu epidemics or sexual predator moving into your neighborhood, or severe weather, or they have signs along the highway warning you about this and that. Why can't they warn you about bad attorneys or bad lawyers, especially if there's evidence for that? If you see this on YouTube, I need you to spread the word, and not only to fellow veterans, your co-workers, but I'm not good with computers. I'm having help with that and this tape. I do not own a computer. I get very frustrated. I'm old school. I need you to contact Dr. Phil, Oprah, and Dr. Oz. I watch a lot of TV, and in watching their programs, I feel that they have helped a lot of people out and informed people, and that they are very caring. Yes, I would like to go national with this. I would like to be in the news media. I've watched MSNBC, NBC, all these different investigative news programs, and people in prison or people that are accused of something, you know, it can take 20, 30 years, and they do DNA and they find the people innocent. I have the facts, I have the proof, but yet nobody's doing anything because I don't have an attorney. Being a veteran and serving in Korea, I made a vow to protect everyone with all their rights, civil, human, so on and so forth, and freedom. And not just people in my state, my county, in the United States, but around the world. I vowed to give my life, if necessary, to protect these rights. I've been disgraced, dishonored, and disabled. I've been bounced from county, state, and federal offices. I've had to fill out a lot of forms to get help from the county in assistance, which they denied me. I had to fill out paperwork to get into the veterans home. I had to fill out paperwork every step of the way to get into the housing that I'm at, so on and so forth. So I have given so much information out there, and there's so many people that know about my problem that I am transparent. So transparent, I barely cast a shadow. And if you don't cast a shadow, you're not alive. And I certainly don't feel alive. There is a program on Animal Planet called Animal Cops. And when they get a complaint, they investigate, they go out and look, they take care of the injured animal, and they prosecute the owner if necessary. I should have used them instead of a work comp attorney or any state agency. I have worked with Congressman Klein's office to get this situation with the VA non-service disability pension fund worked out, but at the same time they say that that is not their area of expertise and they have no real ability or they have no way of getting things done and working in my behalf. I am not a celebrity. I've watched celebrities on TV or sports figures get injured, whether it was their fault or not. Immediately they get medical help. They get the best medical care provided. They're back up and running and they feel no pain. Because of the lack of money on my part, I cannot get the same professional and responsible help. Legal, political, as far as medical, I haven't been able to get the same degree of help, and that is just another form of discrimination by economics. All of my rights have been violated, and various types of discrimination have happened to me over and over and over. My need for a dream team would consist of Dr. Phil, Oprah, and Dr. Oz, Helmut Oz. I've watched them on TV. I've learned from them. I've laughed with them. I've cried because some of the stories that they talk about have happened to me. Late at night, before I go to bed, I watch David Letterman. He makes me laugh along with his guests. He recently had on Jane Fonda, and she had a hip replacement, and I was amazed at her activity level. Then he had Robin Williams on, and Dave Letterman and Robin Williams talked about their heart surgeries. And David Letterman said that they were very lucky to be able to afford really great medical help, while others are not so fortunate to afford the same. I'd love to meet David Letterman. I also watched Gene Simmons, who is a rock star, Kiss. I watched him and his daughter Sophie go to Camp Pendleton to visit the veterans in the Vets Hospital. Gene Simmons got broken up and teary-eyed as he talked with the veterans in the veterans home. He also did a salute to the veterans, each branch, Army, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. When I was in Korea on the DMZ, Bob Hope came to see the troops, but because of where I was at, I could not go and see Bob Hope. So when I seen this episode of Gene Simmons with his daughter Sophie at Camp Pendleton, and then his honoring the veterans at a veterans hospital, Gene Simmons made me cry. He is my Bob Hope. Thanks,